I might as well be honest. I self-medicate. I might as well be honest. I always have a. I I always have to have a puff. Always have to have a puff. Always have to have a swig. And I always have to have a little smoke. Or two. Before I begin. Why? These chemicals have become important to my life. I regret it so much. But here I am. I only ever heard it once. I've listened to a lot of ministers. I've listened to a lot of preachers. I've listened to a lot of prophets, a lot of false prophets. There's still something to be learned from false prophets. One of the things we don't realize about false prophets is that every false prophet besides Christ as a tertiary object of the Trinity is that Christ is the only imperfect thing, like, in the human world, except for one thing. And it's the point that proves the perfection. It's weird. It's actually a point. Moses killed the Egyptian, right? Cain and Abel. Jacob and Esau. This brotherly killing. But this killing maybe that's just a teaser for a later interaction. Multi-temporal transaction, because I'm saying it now because you're watching it later. But I wouldn't have said it now if you weren't watching it later. If no one watches it, you watch it. That's your diary entry. That's your reminder. Good. All this memory, all this cloud, all these videos, everything we're making now, we think it's eternal because we think we write in paper and it disappears. But wait, then we upload a video on this app or that app with this or that or whatever. And we hit save and, oh, it's forever. No. In the years to come, memory and compute. Memory, the concept of memory and the concept of compute, in one sense they're separate, but they do overlap. So as the concepts of memory and compute evolve together. And as they kind of sew in and out of each other and twist around each other, memory, compute. And the way it's going to go down is exactly the way that human, memory goes down. Like, what is it? Random access memory, or like short-term memory and long-term memory. RAM and the other one. um. All I wanted to do was make noise, actually. Also, I didn't warm up before I began. Sometimes I do, but that's why I involved the cigarette and the wine, or the beer and the dubage, because I have to get warmed up to intellectual ideas, and I'm lazy. I understand that by physical exertion in different ways, I can get to different states. Though the world provides me, I'm a house painter, so sometimes I'll spend a month painting windows, where I'm more or less standing in one place, going a little bit up a ladder, a little bit down a ladder, a little bit up a ladder, pushing windows up and down, and just like this for days and weeks and months. And then other times I'm painting you know, what's a 40 by 20 ceiling? 40, 40 by 28, 800 square foot ceiling. That's not small. And especially these days, some of the paint colors people are choosing, the paint companies are not formulating such that their whites cover sufficiently with two coats. So now, supposedly, I'm using this eco-friendly paint, but it takes me 3 coats instead of 2 coats. And it's still fucked up, and it's still chemicals. And it might take me I might have to cut in 4 times and roll the ceiling 3 times. That's ridiculous. It should be. I mean, if I'm painting white over black, it should be 2 cut in lines, 2 roll lines. Use better pigments and make your whites just like 3/4 of a shade lighter. They're gonna fade anyway. They're gonna get disgusting anyway. You live in your house, you touch you're gonna have your house repainted. If you can afford to paint your house for $20,000 or $50,000 or $100,000 inside and out or $150,000, right? I work on houses where their oil bill is $50,000 a year. And that was 10 years ago, 15 years ago. It's got to be 75, 80 now. yeah, all I wanted to say was that I warmed up mentally but not physically, so the whole purpose of this diary entry is let's see what happens. It might suck. If it sucks, I'll pat myself on the back for trying and say to myself, self, that sucked. But, good for you for stepping out. And if it's good, great. It's like 1 out of 20 things hits. Like 1 out of 20 of my videos are good. And the rest are less than that. I'll take it. 5%. 5%. I'll take it. I'm 5% good. Me? Me? I'm so I'm so horrible. I'm so terrible. Me? 5% good? Stupid. Crazy. What? Me? Maybe? Yes. Even maybe me. And it's only because I've made these time capsule diary entries that I've come to know that I actually think I might be. See, when I first started making these videos, I thought I was like 50% good, which I thought was like such a noble thing, No. No, 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 no. Now, I'm about to learn that I'm not even 5% good, but see, when I started this channel, I thought I was 50% good, and I strutted around like that was something, trying to get to 100%, not realizing that I need to be brought down to 0. Now I realize I need to be brought down to 0, and I'm at 5. It's kind of like a reverse or an inverse Richter scale on the way down, so it gets harder as you plunge deeper, but if I've gone down 45% linearly, that's still pretty good, which means I'm not quite halfway there exponentially. Fine. Well, there's nowhere to go now but keep going further down. I don't know what that means. If you hear clicking, it's in my face. good enough for today. Today was a pretty cool day, all things considered, when you look back in history. Not because of what I did, but I tried.